Hi guys, welcome back to another TK video. Today I'm joined with Oscar, great friend of mine, and as you guys will see, we're going to hit a bit of legs and shoulders, which I'm looking forward to. But yeah, so Oscar, please tell us, why do you like to sort of train? What sort of training do you do?
So I love training. I think training is really great because it can not only improve your physical health but your mental health and help you emotionally on top of that. I think it's really good because there are lots of aspects to it in terms of keeping you fit and keeping you healthy, and I think that's really good, especially looking at it from a man's perspective, where we think about the, not just the masculine testosterone and muscle and things like that, but also the less macho and the more just physical health and benefits towards that, which I think is a really good side that weight training covers altogether.
Yeah, I mean, you specialise more in running, so tell us about sort of that, like why do you like specialise in running specifically?
So I really like running. It's really great because, like I said, it does physical health quite a lot. I also think that because of this, it helps me with things like rugby and football that I really quite enjoy. I play that with my friends. I find that this also helps my physical, mental and then emotional health on top of this, because running not only supports that social aspect that I really enjoy of football and rugby, but also long runs I find really beneficial for me, like emotionally, because then they allow me to just think about my feelings and emotions and problems that I might have and think them through in quite a rational way, while also doing something quite productive, quite a calm and just generally quite productive and beneficial environment.
Yeah, I think fitness definitely changes the game, especially mentally. People can suffer. I think fitness is good because you see constant progression, which I think we've definitely both seen over from where we were even just a couple of years ago. You definitely see a lot of progression in it, and it teaches you a lot of discipline and what hard work can give you, and sort of the thing I like to do on this channel. But I think what people like to do in general, such as you, is that nothing happens by accident, and you need to work on it every day. Some sessions are good, some sessions are just shit, to be honest, and you probably won't want to train again. And it's just about getting on that. But once you train for a consistent amount of time and eat well and sleep well, you'll definitely do a lot more better. But I like to use things to sort of show. So, for example, Oscar's wearing my old gloves, which actually has been wear and tear. That's wear and tear of hard work, compared to these now like new gloves that I've got, which soon day will probably look like that, maybe even worse. But I just like that because I feel that something like that can really just show you how far you've come. So the fact that you've had the gloves, and also to show that you're now a different person. Like, there have been tears and cuts, and you've healed now, and you're a lot better for it. So when I first wore those, I was probably doing like 40 kg on bench. Now I'm doing 110 and I finished on 105, and now I'm doing 110 on these. And it's good to start again, but let's say I get to like 140, 150, next year and a bit, then then these will have to go and get a new one. And I like just seeing that sort of progression, because it's a bit like, with football, I know what you guys do in football, like, if you guys get certificates or something, but because I'm in karate, progression is belts, going up for the belts. The belts aren't the thing that makes you, it's the training and the hard work and exercise that makes you be good. So I'm like first degree black belt heading for my second, and I get sashes now, but before I got belts. But sashes are the same thing in terms of showing the progression and showing the moves. So, like, what do you get in like football and rugby? I have a question.
So football and rugby, it's generally just kind of as you go through the age groups, you look at more physical prowess, more technical prowess in terms of your ability. I think which shows as you get older, especially as you enter senior teams as well. So like under 18s and then adult teams, you're able to compete physically and technically within that. I just want to go back to something you said. I find it really interesting about the wears and tears and the karate belts and progression and things like that. I think it's really good that we see this kind of mental and physical parallel, not only through like we said, the tears in the gloves and the new belts and things like that. We see how we gain new gloves and new belts, and we kind of move on from the old ones which we have damaged in the form of progression, things like that. And also mirrors the biological aspect of with things like muscle fibres and things like that. I really think it's interesting because, you know, when we train, we create micro tears in the muscle fibers, but then we regrow them and we come out stronger. So I think it's really interesting to have that parallel look in terms of both the physical, mental, and biological progression that we have throughout life, not just in training.
Yeah, but I think stuff from training can adapt into your life. So, you know, we did cadets, and I feel like some stuff that I've done, that we've done in cadets, definitely I've applied to my life. Stuff in karate I've applied to my life. So stuff that you do in the gym, guys, can apply to your life. Being disciplined, you'll probably learn in the gym, and you can apply it to your life. Don't waste time. Don't do the easy things. Do the hard things. I'm not a big fan of editing, but I do it because I want to produce content to you guys, so that you guys can just to create a community, so that you guys can comment on me. You can possibly reflect on yourselves, on your own journeys, whether you're ahead, behind, or the same sort of place, and that's sort of why I like doing this overall, because it's a sense of community, and I think it's okay to, something that I've learned is that it's okay not to be where you want to be, because you've probably come a lot more further from where you once were. That's by impressing your old self. So me back in year 8, I was very scrawny, wasn't most confident, and now I think year 8 me would be quite proud and maybe even envious of where I am now compared to where I was back then. And now where I am now, you know, I now focus on, you know, 19-year-old me, like where will I be in 2 years' time, and, you know, hopefully I get there. I probably won't get everything, but I think I'll get a lot of things, and then I'll look at, and then, you know, when I reflect back, I'll think, yeah, me now would love 19-year-old me and love to be in that position. I don't know, do you ever get that?
Yeah.
Or?
So, yeah, I certainly get that. I feel like we need that sense of achieving high and, you know, aiming for the stars, aiming for things like that. So if you aim, you know, there's a saying, I think, if you aim for the stars, you'll probably at least reach the moon. And the moon is, you know, quite a way away. So I think that's a really great metaphor to take away. It's something that, you know, you aim high, you might not always get quite there, but you'll get somewhere. And that's certainly true in a lot of cases. I find, with Tom's example, you know, him in year 8, he wasn't the most confident guy, but he has come so far. And whether he's reached his goals, I certainly think he probably has at this point. But I think he's still got ways in his mind that he can definitely improve and grow and progress. So I think it's really important.
Yeah, I think that's very good. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.